Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme.
Your headlines tonight. As the assisted dying debate goes on, a Devon woman with cancer says she'll continue her fight to end her life with dignity.
I'm furious about it, actually. I don't see how we can call our country a democracy if this sort of thing can happen.
Also tonight, hundreds of people in Bodmin pay tribute to one of the last remaining RAF veterans of the Second World War.
The journey of a lifetime. Somerset balloonist Brian Jones relives the first non-stop balloon flight around the world.
And join me here at the Devon County Showground where they're getting ready for action. They might even lend me a hairbrush.
Good evening. Campaigners are hoping the assisted dying bill will be brought back to Parliament after time ran out for it to become law. The right to seek medical help to end the life of a terminally ill patient is one of the most divisive issues of recent times.
In a moment, we'll be hearing from Alicia Fitzgerald with the latest from Westminster. But first, Richard Lawrence has been talking to a cancer patient in North Devon who wants the right to choose how and when she ends her life.
Claire Turner, who's 61, has breast cancer that has spread to her bones and neck, including her spine, and wants the right to end her life when she feels the time is right for her. MPs voted in favour of the terminally ill adults end of life bill in principle, first in November 2024 by a majority of 55, and then last year in favour by 23 votes.
The ayes to the right, 314, the noes to the left, 291.
But it stalled at its final stage in the House of Lords, where amendments were being debated. It simply ran out of the time allowed.
I'm furious about it, actually. Really angry. I don't see how we can call our country a democracy if this sort of thing can happen. There's something wrong with the system, and it's shaken my faith, I think, in our democratic process.
You're more angry about the way this has happened, not so much just the issue itself.
Absolutely, because I do have some friends I've got one friend who's absolutely against assisted dying for religious reasons, and I've got another friend who's wavering, and they were both absolutely appalled that this could happen. Because if it can happen about assisted dying, it can happen about absolutely anything, and that's not right.
It's a highly divisive issue that has prompted demonstrations from both sides. Claire Turner is part of a group called My Death, My Decision, a name that is perhaps most suitable to her wishes and something she's discussed openly with her family.
Well, they obviously don't want their mum to die, but they absolutely support assisted dying, and they, like me, are aspirational about my death. I'd like to go from this world feeling grateful and thinking how lucky am I that I've had such a wonderful, rich existence. I used to work as a counsellor before I was ill, and there's a real difference between working with people who have experienced normal grief and people who've been traumatised. And there's no way I'm going to allow my daughters to be traumatised by my passing.
Having lived with cancer for 5 years, Claire Turner says she has no idea how long she has left. Ideally, she says, she'd like to pass away in her garden, under her favourite tree, in the company of family and friends, providing it is legal to do so. Richard Lawrence, ITV News, near South Molton.
Well, we'll head live to our political correspondent, Alicia Fitzgerald, in Westminster now. Alicia, lots of people like Anne calling for the bill to become law. What's next?
Well, what I'm about to explain might sound a little bit dull at first, but please stick with me. It is important, I promise. So the reason that this failed and ran out of time is because this law was what we call a private member's bill. That means it's presented by an individual MP rather than the government. The key thing to note there is that it means it doesn't automatically get passed on from year to year. Parliament closed just before the King's speech, and when it reopened, that meant that because we'd run out of time, that bill was not part of this year's proceedings. The only option now for it to return to Parliament is for it to be a new private member's bill, meaning another MP has to come forward and present it. This gets put into a ballot, so it really is luck of the draw about which bills are actually going to be discussed as part of parliamentary business for the year ahead. We actually find out the result of this ballot tomorrow, so a really big day. But lots of MPs are really hopeful, actually, that this will make another return and be debated as part of the legislation. The big question, though, is that so many variables hang on this. We don't know whether MPs will stick with the vote they went with last time or whether it will even be debated at all, and not to mention it may run out of time all over again.
OK, Alicia in Westminster, thank you very much.
Yeah, there are some really polarised views, aren't there, on this particular issue. If you want to share yours with us, you're very welcome to. And if you've been affected by anything that we just discussed, there is loads of information on where to find help and loads of support. It's all over on our website.
In other news, police in Devon are appealing for help to identify the owner of a dog that attacked a pony earlier this month. Scooter, who's an equine therapy pony, was injured in Beer Alston on Sunday the 10th of May while attempting to get away from the dog. Police believe the dog was a brown and white Springer Spaniel wearing a harness. The owner is described as a woman between 20 and 30 years old and around 5'6" tall.
Devon County Council have confirmed that they will give £2 million to the region's library service. The money will help protect current opening hours at the 50 libraries while making services more accessible. The announcement follows strong support from the community to keep the local hubs.
Hundreds of people have paid their respects to one of the last remaining Royal Air Force veterans of the Second World War.
Yeah, he has no surviving family members, so a call was made for people to attend the funeral of Alfred Barney Barnett, who died at Bodmin Hospital at the age of 104. So the military community and its supporters did not let Barney down, as Grace Pascoe now reports.
This was the turnout today for the funeral of Alfred Barney Barnett, one of the last remaining Royal Air Force veterans who fought in the Second World War.
Alfred Barney Barnett lived an extraordinary life of military service, initially joining as an air gunner and then commissioning and becoming a pilot. He ended up flying over 80 combat missions over Germany during the Second World War and was part of the elite Pathfinder force. So a really incredible military career over the Second World War, and which then extended through to 1960. He didn't have any surviving family, but of course he is still very much a part of the RAF family and the Defence family.
Hundreds of members of the armed forces, past and present, stood with others who gathered to pay their respects at the passing of the 104-year-old at Glyn Valley Crematorium. Royal Marine veteran Gerald Sharp's been friends with Barney since the 1980s.
He would have been flabbergasted. He really would have been flabbergasted. He'd probably kicked me for doing it. Because he was a quiet man, actually, and he didn't suffer fools. But he was, well, a lovely man. When he made friends, he did make friends for life. He was a generous man, very generous, and he would help you out no end. I miss him greatly, and it's a great hole in my life.
A call-out was made by the Bodmin branch of the Royal British Legion for people to attend today to give Barney a hero's farewell.
I'm really touched by the effort many people and many organisations have made. Very brave man, part of a very special generation, and I do firmly believe that we, all of us today, owe our freedom to that generation.
To see such a turnout for a Bodmin man like this is simply incredible.
With everything he's done serving in the forces, we thought it was something that we should come along to and show some support.
It was a real spectacular turnout today, and to be part of it with 21 other standards, I think there were, it was a real privilege to be part of that.
Alfred Barney Bunnett may have died without family, but here in Cornwall and elsewhere, he is remembered. Grace Pascoe, ITV News, Bodmin.
Oh, what stunning and richly deserved tributes there to Alfred Barney Barnett.
Yeah.
Now, a balloonist from Somerset's been recounting his experience of being part of the first team to fly non-stop around the world in a hot air balloon in a new documentary.
The Balloonists, which will be released on Friday the 22nd of May, tells the incredible story of Brian Jones and his co-pilot Bertrand Piccard's daring feat in 1999. Louisa Britton has been to meet him.
We decided to be the first to fly around the world non-stop in a balloon.
We were going to change everything. We only had 6 months to build this balloon.
A British and a Swiss balloonist have started the first non-stop balloon flight around the globe.
When the Orbiter 3 mission took off in 1999, no one knew if its goal was even possible. The 26,000-mile flight was piloted by Swiss explorer Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones from Somerset.
It does tell a story of how we overcame adversity, our sort of tenacity, courage to some extent, but perseverance as well, that we actually achieved what we wanted to achieve in the end. And so it was worth it all, you know.
There were many times when Brian and Bertrand found themselves in imminent danger.
We looked out of the portholes, and ahead of us, we could see these huge storm clouds.
Whilst flying over the Pacific, they were surrounded by violent thunderstorms. Without communication to the ground, and knowing that if they ditched into the ocean, no one would be able to rescue them.
Were there moments where you thought, I don't think I'm going to be coming home?
That was scary, yeah. When we lost communications, it was over the Pacific, and they couldn't advise us to climb or descend or try to change course. And so that was very difficult. And then to look out of the window and see these huge storm clouds. I look back on that and wonder sometimes sort of how we got through it. I think in the English public school system, they'd call it good character building stuff. But we were really scared.
Hello everybody, this is the Breitling Orbiter 3 balloon, currently over the Sahara Desert.
Despite the treacherous conditions, the two pilots relied on each other to persevere.
How important was that friendship?
It was an extraordinary relationship, really. I mean, during the whole 3 weeks, there was not a single crossword passed between us, not one. After the flight, when a similar question was asked at a press conference, Bertrand came up with this phrase of, well, we took off as pilots, we flew as friends and landed as brothers, which kind of summed it up in a way.
Their adventure is now told in a new documentary, The Balloonists, which Brian hopes will reach new audiences.
It's 27 years ago, and a lot of people that will be watching this weren't even born then. And one of the extraordinary things, I suppose, looking back on it, is that 27 years later, 4 of our world records that we were given still stand. It's still the longest flight of any form of flying machine in terms of both duration and distance.
Nearly 3 decades may have passed, but Brian's record-breaking achievements endure. Louisa Britton, ITV News.
That's just so amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a thing to say. He went off as pilots, flew as friends, came back as brothers.
Yeah, very bonding. Well, nothing's going to bond you like that, really.
No, I mean, what a time.
And he's such a lovely chap as well.
And still lovely views in that lovely lounge. Incredible, yeah. You're watching ITV News in the West Country with Alex and Ellie.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Wednesday evening, I thought it was Thursday all day. It's good to remind ourselves. Still ahead before 6:30, Jackie and Charlie are at West Point.
Yes, absolutely. We're here in the cattle lines where if you stand still long enough, you get brushed or primped or prodded. We're here looking at all of the excitement at the Devon County Show, and you've been busy, Charlie, haven't you?
Yeah, I might have had what could be called the best job of the day. It's involved some judging, that's a new thing for me. and we'll also see how much longer this fine weather is set to last.
I'm up for both of those.
Oh,
Jackie
yeah.
getting crimped and Charlie getting judgy.
And the sun coming. Love it
Definitely
all.
want a bit of that. Now, hedgehogs are classified as being vulnerable to extinction in this country. Experts say that numbers have fallen dramatically due to a number of factors, including loss of habitat and an increased use of pesticides.
However, precise population numbers have proved elusive, which is why a monitoring project is underway to try to estimate more accurately how many hedgehogs there are. Kevin Ashford reports.
Hedgehogs are becoming an increasingly rare sight in this country, and it's hoped that cameras like these being set up on Helmand Tor near Bodmin will shed light on some of the reasons why there's a shrinking population.
We're seeing declines in insect numbers, which is what they prefer to eat, especially in rural areas like this. In urban areas, people are tending to leave out food for them, so things like pets food, that kind of thing, we're finding that in their diets. But also in urban areas there is habitat fragmentation, which makes it harder for them to find mates and breed. So that is also likely causing their declines.
So we're going to put a camera on this tree here. This is close to our ideal spot.
The precise size of the hedgehog population isn't known, and it's hoped this monitoring programme will provide a more accurate snapshot of numbers.
Hedgehogs, they're often voted one of the the most popular mammals in Britain. They're such fantastic species, but they're also really important as a sort of indicator species. So if hedgehogs are in trouble, it's a pretty good indication that other species are in trouble. And conversely, if we help hedgehogs, if we try and put in measures to help hedgehogs, we'll be helping lots of other species as well. So they're a really nice kind of indicator species for us.
Now, one of the big challenges of finding out just how many hedgehogs we have is the fact that they can be quite shy creatures and are also nocturnal, which is where these cameras really come into their own. They're triggered by both motion and heat, and they record all wildlife activity 24 hours a day.
Data from the monitoring survey will be analysed with the help of artificial intelligence and human volunteers to spot hedgehogs amongst the other wildlife. There are signs that in urban areas hedgehog populations may be stabilising, and gardeners are being urged to help with this trend.
They need lots of food, so having areas where there's a bit of longer grass, hedges and bushes that they can snuffle around in and find invertebrates like earthworms and beetles and caterpillars to eat is really important. Compost heaps are great, heaps of leaves and log piles where they can hibernate. And also if you can provide some water, that's really valuable, not just for hedgehogs but other wildlife too.
It's hoped the monitoring survey will give a better picture of hedgehog populations to help tackle the decline in numbers before it's too late. Kevin Ashford, ITV News.
Do you know what the collective noun is for hedgehogs?
Go on.
It's a prickle.
Is it really?
You can have that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, final preparations are underway for the Devon County show. It starts tomorrow at West Point Arena near Exeter.
Yes, tens of thousands of people will descend on the site over the course of the 3 days. And we've sent Jackie Bird there ahead of the crowds. Of course we have. How's it looking, Jackie?
Well, Ellie and Alex, it is a hive of activity. Despite these cows having a nice rest here, they've been busy here all day. People started coming in first light. They were bringing the animals in. They were bringing the exhibits in. And there's even been some competition already taking place. Now, I can let you into a little secret. Our cameraman Rod was a judge today, as well as Charlie. He judged the best dressed bra by the WI. The mind boggles, doesn't it? It is everything here at the Devon County show for everybody.
It really is incredible that in just a few hours' time, this place will be teeming with people and every sign, exhibit and animal will be just in the right place. The animals, of course, take pride of place, and there are more of them this year than ever before. It takes not just hours, but weeks and months before to get them show ready. And today is all about getting them settled in before the first classes early tomorrow morning.
That was a lovely little skip when he came out. Is he excited to be here?
It's his first ever show. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that's his mother.
Oh, bless. Where have you come from?
We're down the Roseland in Cornwall.
Okay.
Yeah.
First show of the year. What are you expecting?
Oh, for them to behave. It would be nice.
It goes without saying that everyone is friendly, but it's the first show of the season and they all have their eye on the competition.
You never know until you get here, especially being an early show. We haven't actually seen what else is on the show circuit yet, so there's always a nervous moment when everyone else turns up and you think, oh, mine's not quite so big or a bit bigger, but it's all part of the fun, all part of the banter, like. So.
Over in the Crafts and Gardens, they're busy setting up their showpiece, the green dress, embroidered by people from all across Devon.
Look at all of these incredible entrants in the children's competition, more than ever before, I'm told. And this one has really stood out for me. Look, a QR code on how it was made. Incredible. Seb, you're trying to put me out of a job.
Oh, I don't know. I've been coming since I was a child. I'm a farmer's daughter, and I think just being able to do something like this, you know, we use it as a way of having like fun over the Easter holidays, just to be able to kind of enjoy it, something creative. It's not screen time, and yeah, it's wonderful.
It's not all been about looking around and enjoying the calm before the storm for me, though. Charlie and I were guest judges in the cheese competition. It's very technical. It's not just about the taste.
We often talk about having the best job of the day, but I think this probably outstrips everything, don't you, Jackie?
Absolutely. Got cheese, and next we've got the cider. We might not see you for the rest of the programme.
Hope not.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Something for everyone, as ever, at the Devon County Show, and you can see it for yourself tomorrow, Friday and Saturday.
Now, I just said, didn't I, there's something for everyone at the Devon County Show. Well, these guys have been brought in. They're called Hidden Coves, and they are singing a lullaby to the cows because apparently cows benefit from being sung to. Now, thank you so much, Asha and Laurie. That was fabulous. They're singing their beautiful lullaby, Daydreaming, to Mark's cows. Now, Mark, is it true that cows like to be sung to?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we milk cows every day, twice a day. And we always play music in our parlour. It's just, I don't know whether it makes them give more milk or not, but it makes them more relaxed. It makes us more relaxed and enjoy the experience of being in the parlour for, some people are in there 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 hours a day. So it's great to play a bit of music in the background.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I wish they'd come and sing to my cows.
So tell me about Devon County Show. Why is it so important to you?
Yeah, Devon County Show is great. I've been exhibiting cows here for over 25 years as a family, and for us it's such an important experience. We come and showcase the best of our industry, and to the general public, they don't get the opportunity to see that every day. So for us it's such an important experience to be able to tell them about what we do every day and the quality produce that we work with. So
absolutely, and we've been seeing some of it today. Now over here is Charlie. Charlie, come and see us. He's rolled down the hill from the food and drink tent, hot-footed from judging cheese. Charlie, how was it?
That was a lot of cheese. I was supposed to be doing the cheese and then heading back towards the cider. I never made it to the cider.
That's probably just as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad shout actually. But yeah, 3 hours of coring and tasting, and it was delicious, but I feel quite heavy.
I'm not surprised. It's so technical, isn't it? So technical.
Yeah, it's not just about, you can imagine the look and the taste of it. You've got to look at the texture and how well it's wrapped and finished. I mean, it's very in-depth, so I bet there wouldn't have been time for cider anyway.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Thank you so much, Charlie. We'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
I cannot wait for tomorrow. I hope Charlie will have got over his cheese sweat.
Yeah, and you're going to start singing.
Well, the king talks to his plants.
There you go.
Charlie, so I can't believe at the moment it's going to be really lovely.
Yeah, the weather is looking absolutely amazing. I think I might have a few nightmares tonight though after some of that cheese, but thankfully the forecast is looking okay. Take a look at this chart here, just as we zoom down to the showground itself, and it just shows a lot of fine weather, really, not just dry, but a good deal of sunshine coming through, and temperatures just picking up each time. We've got to about 16, 17 degrees today. It's going to be a little bit higher as we head through tomorrow, and probably top out somewhere nearer 24 or 25 maybe as we head through to Saturday. So yeah, some really fine, decent weather coming through. And it's not just here either. I think a lot of the region is shaping up for a pretty decent bank holiday weekend.
ancient sites will clear, bringing local dishes in the afternoon. TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
So yes, it's very much a drying out process and a warming up process really as we work our way through the coming few days with a good deal of sunshine as high pressure starts to take charge. You can see that on the Atlantic chart now. We've still got a couple of fronts close by and that high pressure itself is to the southeast of the UK. It's still close enough to us to bring us some increasingly calm weather. Dry skies, light winds and yes, those temperatures really picking up. As for the rest of this evening and tonight, I mean, there has been some brightness and sunshine around today, but on the whole, it'll stay fairly cloudy as we work our way through the course of this evening, with a bit of hill fog around, but I think we'll see much rainfall at all. It's just that temperatures once again won't drop all that far. Towns and cities probably double figures again, maybe down to 8 or 9 degrees out in the countryside somewhere. Tomorrow, a fine day. A bit cloudy to begin with. Stick with it. It's dry as we head through tomorrow, and that cloud will continually break up as we head through the morning, leaving us with a lot of sunshine through the afternoon. Just a little signal for a bit of low cloud and sea fog maybe through parts of South Devon, South Cornwall. Temperatures there not quite as high, but otherwise it's still generally fine, up to maybe the high 20s through parts of North Devon, for example, where it will be warmest. High tide as we head through tomorrow. Down the bottom of the list, Portland, about 11 in the morning, and again, not far from 11 p.m. either. As for the outlook, well, it just looks like it's going to get better and better as we work our way through the long weekend and into the starts of half-term. So not only a good day of sunshine coming through, but look at those temperatures getting up to the mid-20s, and that's probably quite widely as well. So, yeah, some fine weather on the way.
TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Making the most of summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
And as the weather turns drier and warmer with light winds, it's good news on that front, but not great news for hay fever sufferers. It just means pollen levels will start to increase. It's been low for ages, but as we head towards the weekend, back up to high. Well, pollen aside, I mean, it's nothing too bad, is it, when you've got all this nice warm sunshine around?
Oh my goodness, it's the sun has come out this afternoon, hasn't it? And it's going to be nice tomorrow. You promised, because Alex is coming.
Yeah, she is. It's a rare thing, but I think for Alex, I probably will make an exception and give a bit of a weather promise for some fine weather. The pre-show's been amazing. I think the next 3 days are going to be even better.
Absolutely, really looking forward to it.
Oh, I cannot wait. Thank you both so much.
You've got it all, haven't you?
I know. We're
Singing,
blessed.
sunshine.
Blessed.
That's it from us, though, for tonight. I'll have the late news for you at 10:30.
But after the break, the ITV News continues. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.